I have to say, I don't know if she's out here yet, but she will come out. There is a huge, beautiful 14-pound koi that's in here. Here she comes. She's slowly coming out of the floating island. She's all white. She's a kumaru, Doitsu kumaru. She just has red lips. I actually named her Kiss. But she was one of the first koi. She was the first koi that I rescued. So that's a very, very interesting story. People know me for my koi and my dedication of working with my own koi. And I started getting calls and inquiries of people that did not want to keep their koi anymore, that were going to dispose of them or needed a place to put them and they didn't know what to do. And I said, you know what, you can't just go dump it here or let it go there. There's a responsibility. These are creatures. They're our responsibility to take care of this. But a lot of people, the koi will get too big, they'll outgrow the ponds, and then they don't know what to do with it. So the Koi Whisperer became my attached name, per se, actually through Aqualand. I had rescued a koi that was dying, actually. It had jumped out of one of the tanks at Aqualand, and it had its last breath, and I did some massage. I worked on the koi and brought it back to life. And so someone who works at Aqualand said, "You're a koi whisperer, you talk to the koi." And I'm like, hey, that's a cool thing. I can do this. So from that point, it went out to the koi rescue. And actually the Koi Whisperer has become kind of really big. It's cool. I've rescued, I think I'm up to 17 koi this year. All 16 of them have been placed in homes. I actually have kept Kiss, my very first one, so that I can show people as an example when they come here of what would you have done with this fish? Would you have dumped this in the Fox River? It's not about getting rid of something, it's about taking responsibility. So on my own time, with my own car and nets, I've gone out and I've rescued koi. Some of them were sick, some of them were not. They stay here. I quarantine them for 2 weeks with a treatment, and then they go up for adoption. So the adoptees are thrilled because they can get a 14-pound, 10-year-old koi fish for a very, very minimal adoption fee. And it's a win-win situation. The people that give up the koi are happy that they've given them to somewhere where they're going to be taken care of. And the adoptees are just thrilled. I actually have a waiting list because they're like, Mary Ellen, if you get another big one, let me know. And I'm like, okay, again, it's not about the big one. It's about taking care of the koi, which I remind people of. And the only prerequisite in regards to adopting is one, that I either physically see your pond or I've seen a photograph of your pond. Two, that your pond quality of water and size of gallons of water is bigger than where the koi came from. So if this for example, this 14-pound koi came from a home that only had 800 gallons of water in it, and it was overstocked with koi that had just gotten too big. So I had rescued several large ones, and they went to 4,000 to 6,000 gallon ponds. So the whole purpose for this is to make the koi's life better. Not, you know, they go through a lot. They're brought in by me. They're treated, then they're placed. They need to go to a really, really good home. So it works out really cool. And the cool thing about this is I've had a lot of support from people with food donations. Aquascape has supported it. Other vendors have supported this koi mission. I've received nets donated to me. So it's really kind of cool. I don't turn anybody down. If you need to give up a koi, I go out, I bring the koi here, and I have the facilities set in order to quarantine them to get them ready for adoption. So Kiss is in here, she's swimming around, and she stayed here because she is kind of like the mascot, I guess you would say. So Kiss is there to show people that it's our responsibility to take care. And as I told people, I didn't search this out, it just found me. I didn't plan on adding this to my list of things that I'm involved with and that I do. I have a very busy schedule. I don't, I don't feed the poor. I don't do any other work other than the work that I do. So I thought this is my mission to help place the koi. So I've received support from everywhere for this. So I'm very honored. Eventually, my goal is to create another pond on the property in the back, specifically for a koi sanctuary. So right now it's a juggling act because the sick koi have to go into a certain container. As they get better, they have to be moved to another one. And as they're ready for adoption, they need to be placed in a different area for those seeking to come and adopt. So my goal eventually will be to build another pond in the back as the koi sanctuary for those who need a home. So it's like, you know, we're all misfits, and that's how I look at it. And, you know, she was too big, she was too old, they didn't want her anymore. But, you know, the people, those that I have rescued and those that have been placed, I'm still receiving thank you notes. I'm still receiving donations. I've actually received monetary donations. Mary Ellen, we can't believe you're doing this. We can't believe you're taking care of the koi. So it's a really, really good feeling in my heart to help. To some people, it's just a fish, but to me, you know, it's a living being that needs to be taken care of. So somebody's got to do it. So I'll take the Koi Whisperer name on. That's cool. And we go from there. It's another element of the Infrared Light International, which we are now becoming, because between the photography and the Japanese garden design, you know, we're adding Koi Whisperer in there. It all works. It's all interconnected, and that's what it's about, really making a difference.